Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I was at Harbor Freight looking for some air fittings and I came across this airflow valve for paint guns. And what caught my eye is I'd never seen this type of valve sold there. It must be new. But these adjust on the barrel, on the body of the valve here, and it looks a lot like the ones from A&I, and I'd always wanted to try those. The ones from A&I, they're kind of a goldish orange looking color on the body, anodized. And yeah, so this looks just like those. And the ones from A&I, they're like $30 to $40 depending on where you get them. And this was only 12 bucks at Harbor Freight. So it seems like a good deal and I wanted to try it out. Here's a few of the other gauges that I use that I wanted to compare to the Merlin. I've got one from DeVilbiss. That one came with my FLG5. It's a really nice gauge. Got a glass lens on the gauge. This one is a Nest Iwata. That one came with my W400. I've cracked these all wide open on the valves and just kind of with my mouth blew on the inlet of them. And from what I can tell, this one is the least restrictive one, followed by this Merlin and then this Iwata. They all flow pretty well compared to some other cheap ones that I've had in the past. I no longer buy the cheap ones anymore. I did try out some from Lematech. They sell them on Amazon. And I read the reviews, and one of my pet peeves is gauges that have plastic lenses, because as soon as you get solvent on them, they fog up, and I don't like that. So I wanted to try them out. They look good. They had a nice blue anodized body, and but they were just terribly restrictive. I had to crank up the pressure on my regulator a lot higher than these over here just to get an acceptable, or just to get my gun at the PSI range that I wanted. So I ended up throwing those in the trash, and I just kept the gauges because these gauges are very nice. So I'm going to try out the airflow gauge from Merlin first. I've got high flow 3/8 body automotive style fittings, and I'm testing it on my LPH Iwata. Okay, so I got the regulator at the wall. Whenever you depress the trigger, it drops down to 50 PSI. So I've got 50 feet of 3/8 airline, and I've got the high flow automotive style fittings. So through 50 feet of air hose, this valve is cranked wide open. So it takes 55 PSI at the regulator with the trigger depressed to get roughly about 2 bar, or 28 to 29 PSI with this gauge. Maybe I was wrong, because I thought this DeVilbiss was going to flow more, but with the same pressure at the wall, looks like it flows a little bit less. This is the gauge from a Nest Iwata, and this is the one that I believe flows the least out of the three. And with the same settings at the wall, 50 PSI at the wall. Looks like it flows about the same as the one from DeVilbiss. So out of these three, it looks like the one from Merlin flows the most air. So it looks like the Airflow Merlin gauge is a really good buy. This is only 12 bucks, and so far it outperforms these two. But these are still really good gauges compared to those cheapy ones, like these Lematech ones. Like I said, I took these gauges off because they're nice gauges, but the valves were super restricted. I had to crank up my pressure regulator a lot higher, almost twice as much on the pressure, just to get them in within the range that I needed. And these are a lot less restrictive. But yeah, this is a really good buy here at $12. The ones from A&I, as far as I can tell, they look exactly like this. Same body, they're just a different color, and the scales are reversed. The A&Is have bar on the outer scale, and but yeah, it's a real nice gauge. But like I said, it's the A&I ones they're $30 to $40. These right here, I'm wanting to say they're about the same. They're about 40, 50 bucks. These I'm wanting to say are really expensive. I think these are way past $50. The ones from Nest Iwata. And these are kind of, I didn't get it in the video, but these sometimes if you like tap on the knob, it throws off the adjustment. And not to mention that you could snag this on the hose or on your clothes. And this just seems like a better adjuster here, because once you set it, I doubt that you would throw that out of whack. I could be wrong, but time will tell with use. But yeah, really like this gauge. You all should check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.